I'm Dr. Pamela Phoenix, a natural health doctor. And I'm a creative, an artist, because I do, first of all, I like to go mining for crystals. It's like one of my favorite things to do now. And also, I do knitting and crocheting and put crystals in ponchos and things like that, so.
My name is Cicely Greene. I'm a licensed professional counselor, yoga teacher, aerial silks performer, marathon runner, lifestyle and fitness coach. I'm also a founder of some organizations that I'll speak to. One's an NPO, one is an alliance for Black circus artists, and I'm starting a directory for Black therapists too. I started it already, right? But I'm doing a whole website for it too.
Oh,
so,
I love
yeah.
that.
Oh, okay.
That's so neat.
I probably can give you, because there's been a few done on the south side.
Oh,
so
yeah? Okay.
I can connect you with the ones that are already out there.
Yeah,
See,
so
look, it's already happening.
I have an Excel sheet and they can put like their stuff in the form and then I can transfer it over.
Yep.
Yay, okay, cool.
I love that.
I am Frankie Johnson, or Zen Frankie. I am a vegan chef, a meditation teacher, yoga instructor, sound healer, Reiki massage, what else? Oh, and plant baba, plant daddy. I love plants, gardener, farming, that's my new thing, and foraging for wild mushrooms, culinary and medicinal.
Nice.
So yes, that's who I am and that's what I do.
Well, my name is Luis Ortiz. I'm a PE teacher for CPS, focusing on social and emotional learning. I'm also an artist named St. Louis. And yeah, I'm just here for the good conversation, good food.
Good conversation and good food. So my name is Aespyne Alix. I'm an artist, and I do many things. I'm also a teacher. So yeah, I decided to get everybody here. I think that our community could really benefit from all of our perspectives, and I'm just hoping that this is something that uplifts someone somewhere.
You first have to open and be willing to open, and only you can know that. And you have to put yourself in those circles and remove yourself from old circles that no longer serve you. But you have to make the choice. It's that choice. It's the first choice to when you decide that you no longer want to feel the way that you felt or hurt the way that you hurt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Especially when you hit the bottom. It's easier to be like, okay.
But I think the best healers come out of adversity, because you have to go through something to get somewhere so that you can give it back. Like what do they say? Your pain is your mission, becomes your mission. Mm-hmm. So if you overcome the adversity, it's a lot of people. You can grow up in the same family and. Two people will be substance abusers and two people will be healers, So it's really about what's in your heart and what is your desire to get out of your own way and get out of your own denial. And also to be accountable and to accept yourself. Because as long as you don't accept all of you, then you can't expect anyone else out there to accept you. If you don't get into knowing all of who you are, and this is one of the reasons why I've been teaching the Sankofa rites of passage for over 20 years. And I got a lot of students all over the city, even outside of the city, that have been through that process. And it's a process that takes you all the way back a year before you were born, like when you were being considered, and then when you were in the, like, oh, well, maybe not, okay, and then when you were conceived. And so it helps you to understand, like, you go all the way back to that time, and then you bring it forward. So it's Sankofa, you go back to go forward. So when you're going back to clean up all of those stages and phases that you went through, maybe times where people hurt you or talked about you, a teacher, or maybe even a parent. But you go all the way back to cleanse it and forgive it and release it and then come forward with new energy. Now it's not an easy process. He can tell you about that. I won't sit here and tell you that, but it's necessary because if our children, I take children through this process, but not as deep as the adults. But if you go through it, you know, you're gonna get healed. I mean, you're gonna have to you're gonna be doing a lot of crying because you're gonna release a lot of stuff, but it's necessary.
Like so many people are like, I'm trapped here. This is what it is. Like I'm black. I can't. Or
I'm scared to move forward because I don't know what's forward. I don't know what lies ahead.
Yeah.
And you don't want to jump.
Yeah.
See, I'm not gonna sit here and say it's not difficult, because if healing wasn't difficult, then everybody would be healed, right? So, but it is a process, and it is the tool that you'll be able to use for the rest of your life.
I mean, I agree with everything that everyone is saying. Like, I had like some real rough relationships, family relationships, and I hit like rock bottom this year, like with COVID, BLM. What really helped me was leaving the city and exploring nature. And I know not many people have that access, but just like being in a space where I can just be and not have to, you know, answer an email or be available or be on social media. Like I forgot who I was. I was like, I had like a mask, but then I could just be in nature, and nature just accepts you, who you are. So coming back, I was like, shit, well, who am I now? And through this whole summer, I was able to like figure out how to have boundaries, how to remove those relationships that weren't for me, that had been in my life for forever. And I never really took care of my mental self-care as hard as I did for my physical self-care. I was like, oh, I'm taking care of myself physically, that's good enough, but intentionally taking time out for that self-care, like nature or boundaries, journaling, sleeping, therapy, whatever. I know. That's what really helped me like get out of that adversity that you're talking about.
True healing comes when we face our demons and acknowledge our faults and how we affect people in a negative way. Only then I feel you can really do yourself a service in helping yourself. Because if you can't see you're ugly,
You know, you said is healing a luxury. There's so many natural ways to get your healing on that it doesn't have to be a luxury unless you're thinking like, "Well, I don't have time to, you know, for my self-care." Yeah, you do. I mean, if you have 5 minutes, you go inward. You know, externally it's ugly, then you go inward and create. You meditate. Meditation man. You know. Or you do some Reiki. All you gotta do is warm your hands up. You know, warm your hands up. Just try it. Y'all warm your hands up, and just inhale as you're warming them up. And then when you get ready to exhale, put your hands on your knees, and then exhale, and allow that energy to just flow through your body.
Oh, that's hard. My dad has always told me, your decisions affect more than just you. If there's nothing else I remember that my father has ever said, it is definitely that, because I feel like he said it to me so many times. I was like, why does he keep saying that to me? I be thinking about everybody else all the time. Like what else do I need to do? Where it's like your decisions, like our decisions as Black people. Like I feel like a lot of decisions like I make in certain like professional settings, it's like it's not just me making this decision, because in you know some of my counterparts' eyes, it's every other Black person that works there making this decision as well. So having that kind of like, ooh, I need to make this right, because if I don't get this right, white people are gonna look at me crazy, and if this isn't right, Black people are definitely gonna call me out. Right. So I need to figure out. So I feel like I got to a point where it's just like, I'll be better off just serving myself. And I realized that's not my bag, and it never has been. It's never been, I guess, in my spirit to just do things solely for myself. Not everything, but you know what I'm saying. Operate in a way that's like I don't need to take into consideration anybody else's feelings, anything that I'm doing, because it just affects me. And we were talking about like why. You know, sometimes Black people, even in our own community, we're so like at each other. I feel like it's because we've adopted these principles that are not balanced. I feel like it's completely unbalanced, because if you're just worried about yourself and not the collective ever, what are you really, like enlightening? Who are you like working with?
Yeah, I think it's a balance between the two, though.
Yeah.
That you do absolutely have to work on yourself. And you do at times have to block everything else out and focus on you. Because when you think about it, who is really helping you to become a better you? That's part of your work. Your relationship with yourself is first. Then after you do, if you're in tune to the Most High, or if that's your calling, then you do things for the collective. You never forget about the collective, but the first work is with you. Yeah.
I agree. It's a process. Like my parents were like, nope, get that 9 to 5, go to the military, get your benefits, do that. So that, for me, that is a collective mentality, but one that's not for us, right? Or for us who want to expand. But then when you realize, like, no, I don't want to do that, that's when you focus inward, like when you're like what you're saying, and figure out, what is my purpose? How can I serve the community without sitting at a desk all the time? How can I serve the community with doing what my purpose is born to do? So, yeah.
Yeah. In the 90s, when I went through the rites of passage, and the reason why I went through it was because I didn't want to pass any of my dysfunction onto my children. So if there's no other reason to heal, you heal. You don't want to heal for yourself, heal for your children, so you don't hurt them.
I just want to thank you guys for all like being here and sharing your different perspectives and
you.
energy.
Yes.
Thank you for letting me bathe in your like wonderful energy. Like this is
and thank you
so
for letting
great.
us be in your place.